In this video tutorial, we're going to show you how to swap out a provider in case somebody calls off sick, cancels, and how you can locate your team members for a client as well as non-team members. Very easy to do this in the system. So again, make sure that you have access to the Scheduler tab. Click on the drop-down arrow next to Scheduler. Go ahead and go into the Scheduler grid view. And then if you need to change it for a specific person, like a client or a provider actually is called off, go to the specific date that you need to make that change for them, and then find their list in the employee list down here and double-click their name. It's going to populate them. Again, by default, it's always going to show us just a day view, but if we want to look at the week or what's going on for that particular week, we absolutely can. So we can click on the week button right here. It's going to show us everything that's going on the week for this particular provider and who they are working with. So for instance, if our provider is calling off for this Friday session, all we needed to do is go in wherever she was scheduled, and if she had called off on Friday, very easy to do. We just select her name right here from the provider column, and it's going to populate a list of all team members for this client. So right here, it lets us know who is already scheduled, who's not available. If we wanted to see where somebody was already scheduled and why they wouldn't be able to work that particular time, just go ahead and click on this View Schedule button over here, and it's going to show you everything that they have going on at this particular time. So if there are no conflicts for certain people, we can easily add them. Just go ahead and click their name from the list, and you'll see if we click on Brooklyn here, she's going to be updated in that schedule. And now she is set for that particular appointment. She doesn't show up on this list, though, because, again, we have selected this as a provider. But if we wanted to go in and look at Brooklyn and see that we did schedule her for that particular one, we can just double-click her name. And then it's going to switch. The schedule will switch, and it will show us Brooklyn's schedule here. And right here we can see the change that we made, clicked on it, and now she is scheduled for that particular date. If we needed to schedule somebody who is a non-team member, that's easily possible too. We can go ahead, double-click on the name like we did before. Again, we always see the team members listed first, but if we needed to locate non-team members, it's available right down here, and you can locate them by availability or proximity or both. Then just click Locate, and you're going to get the same idea. It's going to show you conflicts of other people that are available, but it's easy for you to go ahead and pick non-team members as well. So we could look at other people down here that are not in the team. As long as there's no conflicts, we can go ahead and select that person from the list. Go ahead, we'll click their name, and that's going to take us back into the system, and it's going to update that for us. Right there, we moved out. Again, we don't see Kaylee's name who we clicked to because we are also looking at a provider. If we were in the actual client they were scheduled with when we were making those changes, that schedule would stay up and we would see it. But once you click it and it disappears, then we know that the change has been made. So very easy to swap out team members as well as non-team members. And the system does all the heavy lifting for you and lets you know who's available and who isn't without you having to go stare at a calendar to figure out who is available and who is not available.